let me just go through the itinerary. I think very first before that, you have an envelope, right, containing, you should get a booklet. This is a nicely produced booklet, specially done just for our group. So very limited copies with everybody's pictures, the hotels that we're staying, the flight arrangements, some instructions, and also the pictures, places we'll be visiting, and the pictures, and with a brief description of the places that we're going. And on top of that, you will have two luggage tags, one for your hand luggage, another one check-in luggage. So you put this on your luggage. So when your luggage goes through the, conveyor belt, we know that this belongs to our group. Also, when your bags are in the hotel, and if the bags are not in the proper place, then we know. Because when you have this tag, and the bag is somewhere else, then we will know whose bag it is. So it is very useful for tour organization. Besides that, there is also a number. There's a number, like I'm number 1. And in your name tag, you will have a number which correspond with the number in the booklet. So we use the number for counting. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, roll call. Because I think the worst thing is that to leave anybody behind. Before moving, we have to count to make sure that everybody is in before we proceed. I think that's to make sure that the tour goes in very quickly. And some people like to arrange, some tours they like to arrange 2 by 2 and they count like that. For us, we go by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, roll call. Yeah? This is very useful to make sure that we can all leave on time. All right. So that is as far as organization goes. We will have Group 1 and Group A and Group B. Group A are the ones who have registered earlier. And after the Group A is filled up, we thought, well, this time we're just going for just one group. And then there are more requests. And then we say, okay, we can have another coach. But unfortunately, the flight from Bangkok to Bodh Gaya, that's the one, the flight is by Thai Airways. It's just for this season, the winter season. Many pilgrims use the same flight. So very hard to get tickets. That's the one that gets taken up quickly. And that's because of that, a Group B will have to be pushed 1 day ahead, because then you have got tickets flying to Bodh Gaya. Otherwise, you cannot join the tour because the tickets, no more tickets. All right. So Group B will be there. You have 1 extra day in Bodh Gaya, but we all meet in Bodh Gaya and then proceed with the rest of the tour. The rest of the tour all sama-sama, same, no problem. Huh? So welcome, and this tour is organized by Maitri. Maitri is the word, Sanskrit word for the word metta. It means love and kindness. So we like our tour to be filled with love and kindness. As a tour leader, that's me. I'm the tour leader. I'm assisted by Brother T.Chi Singh. He's seated at the back. He will look after bus B. Make sure he will make sure that everybody in bus B are all together. But I'll be giving information to each of these places as well. Much more than what we have a tourist guide. He's got a PhD, I was told. And but the tourist guide will give the information that is from the Indian tourist brochure. I will give you the stories related to the Buddha's life. But because I'm in Group A, bus BA, I won't just remain in bus A. I will move to bus B, so both of you will share the same information, right? So I will jump from bus to bus. And please reserve the front bus of the bus for your group leaders, and also I need to sit in front because the microphone is there as well. All right, and the rest you can say. Those who are giddy and all that, or you can actually tell people, or if you got certain issues about movement, then better sit in front of the bus. But let the bus people know that you will have to sit in front. Okay, I'm sure everybody will cooperate. Besides that, the tour coordinator is Sister Elaine. I think all of you have dealt with her, asking information and all that. And she will be assisted by Sister Ui Bi Buan. This tour is also our travel agent, which is a registered travel agent, is Nanyang, and the boss is Francis Wong. Nanyang has been doing tours for the corporate sector. So, the corporate sector, normally the quality becomes much better because it's for incentives. It's not like the average travel agent, and we work very well together. They are very accommodative, and they come up with good programs for us as well. So Maitri, we are just the tour organizer. Nanyang is the travel agent. So this is the places that we're going. We are basically going through the Ganges. This is like a Ganges river. These are tributaries going to the Ganges. This is the old map of India during the Buddhist time. We will land in Gaya. Bud is for the Buddha. Bud Gaya is just about 10 kilometers from Gaya. All right. We will land up in the Gaya airport and then move over to Bud Gaya. And Bud Gaya is this place called Uruvela. Uruvela is the sandy, it's a kind of a sandy place, and there's also a river flowing through Uruvela. Okay, and from Bud Gaya we will go to Rajagaha or Rajgir. Rajgir's new name. Rajagaha is the name during the Buddhist time, and then Nalanda. Okay, so our first day will be in Bangkok. Second day will be Rajagaha and Nalanda, and after that we will actually proceed we will proceed towards the west. Okay, we will go to Patna or Pataliputra, and then Vaishali and Kushinara, where the Buddha passed away, and then from here we will cross the Indian border into Nepal, where we have Lumbini. The people at Lumbini are called the Sakyans. The Buddha comes from the Sakyan clan. His mother is from the Kolyas clan. Okay. Then from Lumbini, we'll go over to Savatthi. Savatthi is a favorite place where Buddha spent 25 rainy seasons there. From Savatthi, we will move all the way down to Varanasi. So this by road is the longest. Group B will have to be on the 13th of November, Group A on the 14th. Our flight itself is at 1:05 p.m. 1:05 p.m. So we have to be there at 9:30. We get everything ready and we check in as a group. All right, and that would mean that we will arrive in Bangkok and at 2:10, and then we will spend an overnight in Bangkok. Since we're using the same flight from KL to Bangkok and Bangkok to Gaya, you check in your big luggage, and the luggage will go all the way to Gaya. In Bangkok, you only need to carry a small bag just for overnight stay. So your pajamas, your medication, your toiletries. We stay overnight in Bangkok. Next day, we will So the next day we will take the flight. The flight is actually at 11 o'clock. You'll be advised in Bangkok at what time together, and then Brother Chising will be with you. There's group B, Group A for me, and then we go from the airport. The hotel is very close to the airport. It's an airport hotel, but it still take quite a while, a few minutes, maybe like 20 minutes to the airport. All right. Which means that in terms of group B, you will have one extra day in Gaya, Buddh Gaya, okay? And then when we arrive the following day, we will all meet together. I think we have lunch, and then from there we shall proceed on the journey, all right? And returning Gaya to Bangkok, we're together. This will be on the 27th of November. Also overnight in Bangkok, same thing. You're checking your big luggage that brings will go all the way to Kuala Lumpur, and you have an overnight bag just for your overnight stay. There are also flights to Penang from Johor and from Singapore. These are participants from different cities. So our carrier is Thai International, which is TG. Overnight in Bangkok for the onward and homeward journey. Hand luggage, you are limited to 7 kg. So don't carry too many things in your hand luggage. Check-in, 23 kilograms. That is what is allowed by TG. Meals will be served on board. Okay, in terms of the itinerary, very brief rundown. I will go through this in some detail. So for the first day will be, this is for Group A. Yeah? Group B is -1. Okay, first day is Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok. Bangkok to Gaya, Rajgir. So we'll end up in Rajgir, day 2. From Rajgir, we go visit Nalanda and we return at night to Rajgir. And then the next day, we go to Vultures Peak and Satapani Caves. I'll do some explanation about what are these places. Then from Satapani Caves, from Rajgir, day 5, we go to Vaishali. Day 6, from Vaishali to Kusinaga, where the Buddha passed away. Day 7, we cross the border into Lumbini, into the birthplace of the Buddha. And then we will spend another additional night in Lumbini to make it really comfortable. Many tours, they only have like 1 night. So they miss some of the things that we are going, some important places. And then day 9, from Lumbini, we go all the way to Sravasti. So we re-enter India again. The border crossing itself is very challenging. We really have to get up early. We got to really be kiasu. We have to be first in line. Because if you're late, you know, they're not really like computerized. You know, they're so slow at the border, both to enter in an airport and to come back. So if we are late, we have to spend hours at the border crossing. So we want everybody to cooperate, so we move together. The last time, our younger tourist guide also ran all the way in order to chope a place so that we are first in the line. Okay. So from day 10, from Sravasti to Benares, and then Varanasi we visit Saranath, and also spend the night in Varanasi, so 2 nights. And then day 12, from Varanasi to Bodh Gaya. This is when we spend some time in Bodh Gaya. Day 13, Bodh Gaya. Day 14, from Bodh Gaya back to Bangkok. Then day 15, Bangkok to Kuala Lumpur. So this is how the itinerary goes. This is a very nice itinerary. Has been developed after a while trying this and that. This turned out to be the best itinerary that we have. In terms of general information, we are actually going into the winter period in India. There are 3 seasons in India. One is the hot season. Hot season begins March, April, May. Oh, that one, very, very hot. And then after that, you get the rainy season when the monks goes into retreat. Rainy season is actually quite pleasant if you don't mind the rain. Yeah. And after the rainy season is the cold season. What is the temperature like? In the day, we can expect like 24 to 29 degrees centigrade, which is like Malaysia. Maybe a bit cooler than Malaysia. And night could actually be cooler. So sometimes you need a jumper. Yeah? Just come prepared, or maybe the air conditioning in the bus could be a bit cold for you. Just bring a jacket with you just in case. And then come prepared with warm clothing just in case the temperature drops. And also bring good moisturizer because it's a bit dry. So, you know, you moisturize. If too dry, you will get itchy and rashes and all that. So bring a good moisturizer and good walking shoes and also maybe slippers. Some of the shoes and slippers we will just leave at the shoe rack because in the temples, you will have to walk barefooted. I hope you're all okay. Some of you who wants to protect your feet, you can even bring socks later on and walk with socks. That's also okay, but later on you can just dispose of your socks. Socks is allowed in the monastery, but not footwear. Our dressing code is white on top and dark trousers, dark pants. You want to wear white also okay, but you're traveling in India, you know. So your clothes, no time to wash your clothes. So we think dark pants a bit safer. Even you got a bit dirty, you just dust it off. It's okay. Like jeans and all, you can wear for a few days and just dust. You use white, wow, it's a bit tough. Like some groups they go all white. Electricity is the same as ours in terms of voltage, but India and Nepal, their plug points are different. They use 3 plug points, but they are round, they're not square plug points. So our plugs we cannot use. So you need to have something like an India adapter. Something like this also okay. This one can be used in India because this is round. You just plug it in and then you put in your 3-point plug for you to charge your mobile phone and your other devices. Wi-Fi is available in hotel, but India don't expect quick Wi-Fi. And you only have in the lobby, in the room, not reliable. So you find everybody in the lobby checking your WhatsApp. And you can also get a roaming service from your mobile provider. I think this is advisable rather than falling in line, getting them to get a SIM card just to save a few ringgit. You hold back everybody. So everybody, if you're Maxis or you're using other telcos, you just get the mobile service roaming. Okay. Now, let me just go through the purpose of pilgrimage. It's very important that our intention and motivations are correct. I'll just run through and also give you a short history about the places that we're going. Okay, the purpose of pilgrimage. Why do we want to go for a pilgrimage? Well, going for a pilgrimage is really something really meaningful. And even the Muslims also encourage, and the Christians also do that. This is for a religious purpose. We are going to some very sacred places connected with the life of the Buddha. So Muslims, they go to Mecca. In fact, for the Muslims, at least once in their lifetime, they should try to go to Mecca, and they save money just to go there. The Christians go to Bethlehem, they go to Israel. The Jews, they go to Temple Mount in Jerusalem. And the Hindus will go to Varanasi on River Ganges. The Buddhists, well, we have 4 important holy places. And this was found in a sutra. This is in the Digha Nikaya, the long discourses. The sutra is called Mahaparinibbana Sutta, where the Buddha advised that Buddhists, the faithful, should go to 4 holy places. Okay. This is the Buddha's advice. The Buddha says Ananda, who was at that time the Buddha's attendant, he says there are 4 holy places, the sight of which should arouse emotion in the faithful. What are they? First is going to the place where the Tathagata, which refers to the Buddha. He doesn't say the Buddha. He doesn't say I. He uses the word Tathagata. He says this is where the Tathagata was born, where the Tathagata attained supreme enlightenment, where he gained enlightenment. Tathagata set in motion the wheel of Dhamma, where he preached the first sermon, and when Tathagata passed away at Parinibbana. So we're going to those 4 holy places. In fact, the Buddha says that the faithful monks and nuns, male and female lay followers, should visit these places. And in fact, those days, traveling to these places is very, very difficult. So sometimes during the journey, people might actually pass away. And it says anybody who died while making the pilgrimage to these shrines with a devout heart, when they pass away, they will be reborn in the heavenly world. I think the reason is because going to these places is so meritorious. You build such heavy, strong, good karma that even thinking about these holy places will enable you to get a whole heavenly birth. So this is really important. We go down there with that sincerity, you create a heavy karma, heavy, strong, very strong karma that push you up to the heavens after this life is over. So these are the 4 holy places. Lumbini. Lumbini is in Nepal, close to the Indian border, where the Buddha was born. Bodh Gaya is where he gained enlightenment. Saranath is where he set in motion the wheel of Dhamma, taught the first sermon, established the first Sangha, and Kushanara, where he passed away in Parinibbana. But besides that, we are also going to 3 places of miracles. There are 4 places of miracles, just to make it nice. They say 4, but we're going to go to 3 of these. Rajgir is where the Buddha subdued the angry elephant, Nalagiri, with loving kindness. The Buddha was being attacked by angry elephant. Actually, the angry elephant was made to run where the Buddha was walking, so that to kill the Buddha. But the Buddha was able to stop the elephant using his loving kindness. Vesali Vaishali actually is a place where the nuns were ordained. Okay, actually receiving honey from monkey. I got this from somewhere, but I don't think this is really correct. This is at another place. Sravasti is a many things there. Place of twin miracles, where the Buddha performed supernatural miracles, and this is where the Buddha spent the most amount of rain seasons. Sankasya is for those who use the Abhidhamma. This is where the Buddha was supposed to come down from Tavatimsa heaven after teaching his mother the Abhidhamma Sankasya. We are not going to Sankasya. Actually, if you go to Sankasya, you will just see a small stupa, and there's a Hindu shrine on top, and that's about it. And it's really out of the way. So we are not going to Sankasya, but we're going to Rashgir, Vaishali, and Shravasti. There are two references that I can refer to. One is a Buddhist pilgrimage. This is by Brother Chankun San, which is a good book. Another one is by Reverend S. Dhamika. It's called Middle Land, Middle Way. Both are excellent references that you can make use of. So where are we going? We are going on a highly meritorious journey that will bring blessings to yourself and your loved ones. So essentially, you'll be walking the Master's footsteps. Yeah.
Anybody left a wallet behind outside? The one in the shop? Timber.
Oh wow, with IC and all that. Might panic already. Yeah. So, so you're going to the important places connected to the birth, enlightenment, teaching of the first sermon and passing away. Very important. And also visit the cities and sites where the Buddha spent a lot of his time teaching and going on retreat. So you will accumulate merits, very strong merits. This is really important. 4 holy places: Lumbini, birth; Bodh Gaya, enlightenment; Saranath, teaching of the first sermon; and Kushinara, the passing away. And so we will be taking refuge in the Triple Gem. We are Buddhists. So we are under the protection of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So when you go to these places, you deepen your connection with the Sangha and with the Buddha and with the Dhamma. Because before going to the pilgrimage, I have my imagination. When I read story of the Buddha, I imagine, because I read a lot of English books. Our books are all written in English. So you imagine it's like Britain or something like that. And you imagine, all imagination. You're going to India, all the imagination change. And then you realize that the Buddha was a real person. It's no longer part of your imagination. And you really feel connected because you're going to those places that are spiritually connected with the Buddha. Very important places. So you connect with the Buddha's legacy by deepening your spiritual experience, retracing the Buddha's footsteps, and you know that the Buddha gained enlightenment as a human being. It also makes us realize that as a human being, we also have the potential for enlightenment. And we get closer to the Buddha by walking his footsteps and discovering the roots of our Buddhist tradition. So during the pilgrimage, we go to spiritual, powerful places like the place where the Buddha sat when he gained enlightenment, under the Bodhi tree. This picture was taken where Kushinara in the temple, where you have the Buddha which passed away in Kushinara, and the one that is the picture is the late Brother Chion, who was our president of BGF. He passed away, but Chion was also the coordinator with Brother Chi Seng. They was coordinator, and this experience of going for a pilgrimage is so powerful. When I visited in the hospital because he had terminal cancer, so I heard the feedback that he had very troublesome dreams, frightening dreams. So this was reported to us. So we went and visited him at the hospital, and at the hospital I touched his hands and asked him to recall the pilgrimage. And I described to him, can you remember that we stood at the entrance of the Bodh Gaya temple, and then you see the beautiful gilded statue of the Buddha. And do you remember the statue of the reclining Buddha, where you stood and put your palms together. And eventually, you can quickly see how his face becomes clear and happy, and his heart was just rejoiced. So you could see that that's very powerful karma. It's the one that brings you that kind of energy in moments like this, when he was about to pass away. It is impressions like that brings him up and bring him that kind of encouragement and the joy. Huh? So this is something really very important for all of us, because we need to create that kind of karma. So sometimes we have negative karmic tendencies because of our past, and therefore we cannot see the truth. So, and sometimes when you travel during the pilgrimage, you begin to see things from a broader perspective. You learn how to manage your emotions and expectations to transform yourself. A pilgrimage is not like an ordinary travel, because I think ordinarily, I don't think many of you really want to go to India. At least you have a lot of negative image other than Taj Mahal and Rajasthan and Kashmir, okay? Many of you don't have such very strong, desire maybe to go to India, because you see that there's going to be poverty and beggars. And in fact, that's what you're going to see. I'm sure as Malaysians, because we don't see beggars, we don't see people sleeping on the street. The first time when you see that, it might come as a complete shock to you. And you also have a sense of helplessness, because you want to give something, but you know that you should not give, because once you give, everybody will crowd on you and will start harassing you, because they're all syndicates. So your heart will be in a kind of a turmoil. So I hope that you also begin to kind of be able to address this kind of experience, to be able to see things from a broader perspective, and be able to control that negative feelings that are actually arise. Because actually for these people in India, that is the daily life. You can see the divisions among the rich and the poor is very, very big. Yeah. So this is one thing that you need to be able to watch, because I do not want you to begin to get very negative when you travel. But the opportunity for strengthening your faith is also there, because you go to the Buddhist places, and actually the pilgrimage places are all very nice. Indian government has looked after it. And we're also going to stay in proper hotels where the rooms are clean, you're going to get food, at least you can eat the food, because the hotels will have to serve Indian food, but they also serve vegetables and all that that's cooked, like the way we eat. They will also be serving noodles. Maybe we bring some sambal also to make it really, to get you to help you with your appetite. So when you go to these places, this is where you strengthen your saddha, your faith, and also making aspiration for your spiritual awakening. So therefore, the quality of pilgrimage will vary, but the quality that you experience from your pilgrimage is not so much as a travel arrangement, but the quality of your heart and mind. How do you look after your heart and mind when you go over there? And that's the one that you bring along with you when you start creating the good karma. So pilgrimage is a practice for renunciation. In fact, you have to put aside your luxuries. Maybe the food might not be as expected. Maybe you might not be so well, so bring some medications. And some of you will be missing your family. You'll be harassed by vendors everywhere you walk. They want to sell you beads and stones and all kinds of things. And Buddha statues have been painted with shoe polish, so it looks black, but it's all they want to make some money. So instead of reacting with aversion, learn to control our pride, our greed, our hostility, anger, and cultivate patience, loving acceptance, compassion, and faith. So this is also part of your cultivation when you go on pilgrimage. And at some places we will arrange where you do dana, okay? It is a form of reverence and gratitude to the Sangha who has looked after the holy shrines. So we'll be doing some dana there. Make some offerings as veneration and seek forgiveness for transgression. Express gratitude and share merits with guardian deities, your teachers. Also remember your parents. I think for many of us, our parents are no longer here. So when we go to these places, you are also performing merits. Make a dedication of these merits to your parents who gave birth to you, who looked after you and given you, brought you to where you are right now, but they're not here now. So you share these merits with them. Remember, so these places become rich places of merits for you to share with your family and with your departed ones. Yeah. And also remember to make aspiration for your own spiritual growth and your enlightenment. Okay. And we observe the precepts. Some Buddhist groups, they observe 8 precepts, but I think that when you go for a pilgrimage like this, skipping your dinner is a bit tough, because India is not an easy place. We spend a lot of time on the road. Yeah. So we have our meals, but we say you observe the 10 Kamapata. Okay. There are 5 precepts. Not destroying life, not taking what is not given, no wrong sensual pleasures. And then in terms of speech, you got 4, not just lying, but false speech, slander speech, harsh speech, and idle speech. So these are the 4 items connected with speech, and 3 items connected with the mind. Covetousness, that is thinking about greed, ill will, and wrong view. Okay, so we practice this in our pilgrimage. So when we go for pilgrimage, this should arouse us in terms of our, you think, reflect on the nature of impermanence and have a greater sense of urgency. And in fact, the Buddha, his last words are saying that it is the nature of all conditioned things to perish. So accomplish your duties with mindfulness. So we must realize that all the nice things that we have will one day be gone. We ourselves also will be gone. And holy places are associated with the Buddha, and the Buddha also had to pass away. Even the famous monks that were with the Buddha also have to succumb to old age, sickness, and death. All right. So actually, going on to a pilgrimage gives us a sense of urgency, yeah, to practice the Dharma. So when you approach the holy places, this is how we should behave. Please act with respect and decorum. When we approach the holy places, it's like the Buddha is a king of Dhamma, Dhamma Raja. So it is as if you're meeting the king, all right? Be careful in the use of your handphone and cameras, because sometimes people go to these places. First thing is that they want to take a picture and to send in the WhatsApp and all that to your friends. You can take your picture, but the first thing is remember why you are there. You are there for the holy places. Remember. And so sometimes, because we are too carried away with our handphone, we lack mindfulness, and sometimes our talk also a bit frivolous. So you should walk mindfully, calmly, with your senses controlled. And maybe at the places, some of these places, spend time to meditate and reflect and take in the blessed energy there. Actually, in many of these places, we're going to sit around. I'm going to tell you some stories connected to Buddha's life. We do a short meditation and just feel the energy and the serenity of the holy places. And we are going on this pilgrimage. But in the past, there were also great pilgrims that have gone on to the pilgrimage. One is Emperor Ashoka. He went on the Dhamma Yatra, or Dhamma expedition. He visited to the 8 shrines, 20th years of his reign. And thanks to him, he built stupas and sandstone pillars to mark these places connected to the Buddha. Because in India, they lost, Buddhism was gone for about 700 years. So if not for the structures built by Emperor Ashoka, we would not be able to discover where the Buddha was born, where he taught the sermon and all that, everything gone. And so many kings, queens, nobles, and other pilgrims, they are all Buddhists. They have also went for pilgrimage. So we are also going along the same journey. And in China, there were devout Buddhist monks like Fa Xian, Xuanzang, and Yi who went through great hardship using the Silk Road, traveling all the way from China to India to do a pilgrimage, and we are going to do that. Many of these pilgrims died along the way. Many never returned back to their country. I hope everybody in our group will go safely, come back very safely, and recharge with their spiritual energy. Just very quickly, the decline of Buddhism in India. So you see, after Buddhism was flourishing in the first 1,000 years or so, supported by kings and all that. But from time to time, they were being attacked. There was this group called the White Huns, Hephthalites. They invaded India about 470, 480 CE. CE means AD, CE. And they conquered the places like Gandhara and Kashmir. So this is Pakistan. Pakistan is a flourishing Buddhist country, and also Afghanistan. Famous teachers from Afghanistan and Pakistan. Can you imagine? So when the White Huns came in, they destroyed, and they were actually going for the precious stones that were embedded in the monasteries, in the statues. So they smashed the statues to get the precious jewels that are embedded, and also the floor of the monastery. So they tapped the floors, and they killed the monks and the practitioners, and even the Gupta regime was destroyed by the White Huns. Then the 530 CE, there's a king called Miharal Kula. He destroyed. He was against Buddhism, so he destroyed many monks, committed genocide. But he was later on defeated, and then Buddhism managed to recover. So the first attack, Buddhism able to recover. And but later on, it began to lose ground to the Neo-Brahmanism. So in Gandhara, in Kashmir, Gandhara is Pakistan, Kashmir and western side of Uttar Pradesh, Brahmanism became stronger. And however, certain parts of India, like Magadha and Western Bengal, Buddhism received support from King Harsha, as well as of Pala king. Okay, so we are going to Nalanda. This is supported by some of these kings. So Buddhism was revived and continued up to the 7th century. And this is where the Mahaviharas started growing. Mahaviharas, we call it a university, but they're actually colleges. They're also viharas, where people go there for study and for practice. So amongst the Mahavihara that was famous was Nalanda. We are going to visit Nalanda, that was destroyed. Udantapuri, Vikramashila. This is all universities, Buddhist universities. And some of these places had about 10,000 students. So you can imagine that this Mahavihara is very huge, also residential. And they were sponsored by kings, wealthy merchants, all right? And but later on, some of this monastery became too rich. And that's when the monks' moral code also started declining. The second one, later on, the Tantric Buddhism became popular in India. This is the 9th to the 11th century. This is actually coming from the Indian tradition. It goes into Buddhism, Tantric tradition. And India was now being attacked by the Khilji Turks from Afghanistan. So this is when Afghanistan became converted to Islam, and the king started attacking northern part of India because it was wealthy. Yeah. And this is when all the Buddhist structures was destroyed, the monks were killed, the libraries was burnt to the ground. And when the members of the Sangha was removed, when they didn't have any support from the royalty, and Jainism and Hinduism come up. So in Hinduism, they absorbed the Buddhists but make them outcasts. They don't have any caste. So they became outcasts. So this, starting from here, about the 12th century, the Buddhism was gone, eventually was gone. People living in India for 600-700 years completely forgot who the Buddha was. But fortunately, because Buddhism went to China, it's still practicing in China, in Japan, in Korea. So Buddhism disappeared in India for 7 centuries, from the 13th to the 19th century. So the local people of Patna, Rajgir, Mathura, these were strongholds of Buddhism. They don't even recognize what are Buddha relics. They don't even know the Buddha statues. All completely gone. It's only later on when the British came, then they found the Asoka pillars with inscription. They didn't know what it was. Because the scripture, the pillars had what you call the Brahmi inscription. And the other thing was that the British was in Ceylon. Okay? In Ceylon, they have got a big record called the Mahavamsa. It's a Pali canon. So in the Mahavamsa, it started relating things about the Buddha. So this was from Sri Lanka. Then they realized that the Buddha was not a fiction. At first they thought he was probably from Ethiopia because the hair curly from Africa. The British didn't even know whether the Buddha was a real historical figure. So because they were in Sri Lanka and Buddhism is still being practiced in Sri Lanka, they connect back. So in India, fortunately for us, there was a young Indian officer by the name of Alexander Cunningham. Later on, he became a sir. He was given an award. He became interested in archaeology. So he became director of archaeology in India. And he was the one who discovered these holy places. And you know how they can discover the holy places? Because 600-700 years Buddhism was gone. The records came from the Chinese monk called Xuanzang and Fa Xian. So it's the Chinese record that enabled the British archaeologists to discover the places for us to visit. Otherwise, you go to India, nobody knows what these places are. So we must thank Reverend Xuanzang. 7th century, he went to India and he made a very detailed record. Using his record, they discovered the holy places in India. The Indians themselves don't know. So you have to go for Chinese records. 2 centuries before Xuanzang, 5th century, you have Fa Xian. Fa Xian also went to China, also did some records. I Ching also did some records. But the most complete record is from Xuanzang, right? So we must actually thank him. And later on, for the restoration of the Buddhist sites, there was Sri Lankan, he was a lay person, but he observes the 8 precepts. His name is Anagarika Dhammapala. His name is Dhammapala, and he's an Anagarika. He was born as a Catholic, but later on, he started discovering Buddhism, and he got converted into Buddhism. So he was the one who tried to bring back the Bodh Gaya. Bodh Gaya was under the hands of the Hindus. So he managed to have a campaign in order to get the Bodh Gaya back for the Buddhists. He restored Saranath, where the Buddha taught the first sermon. Yeah? So we are also going to the Deer Park. We are going to the Mulaganda Kuti, where the Anagarika Dhammapala was also behind that. All right, so this is the history, very brief history. It is important because along the journey, at least you get some context. Now let me go through the journey itself, our journey. Day 1, fly from KL to Bangkok, all right? And we will stay overnight in cottage Suvarna Bhumi. Suvarna means gold, Bhumi means land. And Thai will not pronounce the me, they will say Suvarna Bhum. Suvarna Bhum. So it's a golden land. Remember, just overnight, just very easy, just carry overnight. Then next day, day 2, Bodh Gaya, Gaya Rajgir. Okay, so we will fly into the Gaya International Airport. In India, I will tell you about visa application and all that, how to visa. In India, the machines they use, I think local contract lah. They get the biometrics, they want to do biometrics, but machines cannot read your biometrics very well. So people sometimes held up for 5 minutes, pressing here, pressing, and they got somebody down there just to press your fingers also. Indian-made machines, I'm sorry. So that's the one that's coming in, the queue is going to be quite bad. Because of the biometric machine, they should change that and get a new machine. So, at the airport, we will get our biometrics. After the biometrics, we claim our luggage. The luggage are all going to be loaded on the, your luggage is all, yeah. So this is day 2. So your luggage is already there. From Bangkok to Gaya, it gets onto the same plane as us. So you collect your baggage and we wheel the baggage out. And this is where we meet Group B. Group A, Group B meet together. I think you have a meal in Bodh Gaya, makan. And after that, we will travel all the way to Rajgir. Okay? Rajgir is 70 kilometers to Bodh Gaya. This is the kingdom, the capital of Bimbisara. Okay? So day 2 will be in Bimbisara. Hotel we'll be staying is the Rajgir Residency Hotel. All right, so this is the hotel that is arranged for us. We stay in the hotel. And then while we're there, we will visit the Bamboo Grove, Bimbisara Prison, Jivika Mango Grove, and also the Buddha spends some of his retreats there. His second to the fourth retreat was there. His 17th retreat, 20th retreat. Okay. Day 3, we will visit the ruins of the Mahavihara, Nalanda Mahavihara. This was first excavated by Alexander Cunningham, 1871, based on the accounts of Xuanzang. So with that records, they were able to discover this huge, extensive area. They did excavation. This is about 12 kilometers from Rashkir. The ground of the Mahavihara was extensive, but what you see is only 1/10 of the actual Mahavihara. They are still underground, really just on top. So they stopped excavating. But what you see is really enormous. That's only 1/10 of the actual size. So this structure contains monastic sites, stupa sites, and temple sites. And you will see the stupa here. This is a stupa dedicated to Sariputta, because Sariputta was born in Nalanda. All right, stupa was made in honor of the chief disciple who passed away at the village called Nalaka, which sounds like Malacca, Nalaka, also in around Nalanda. Yeah. So, but this stupa, no relics. So Xuanzang came here to study at Nalanda. This is a very important center for Xuanzang. At Nalanda, we will also visit the Xuanzang Memorial. They built like a Chinese structure with Xuanzang. These stories are there. Day 4, we will go to the Vulture's Peak and the Satapani Cave. The Vulture's Peak, this is a picture of the Vulture's Peak. It's not such a big place. I think 60 of us can fit in. But what we're going to do a secret. We're going here up the hill in the very early morning before the break of dawn, while it is still dark, before the sunrise. And we go all the way up to the top and sit down to do a puja before anybody comes. And then while you're down there, you begin to see the sunrise. It's such a beautiful experience. We do the puja, we do some meditation there. This is also one of the favorite places of the Buddha, because sometimes India very hot. So he goes up to this hillside, cooler, more quiet, and very serene and every. And then after that, of course, you can walk down. This Vulture's Peak is important for, there are many sutras that is taught here, especially those in Sanskrit version. For instance, Lotus Sutra, I think the Prajna Paramita Sutta was also here. The Sanskrit sutras, they quoted this place as where the Buddha taught the sermons. So very important. And while you are there, the sun will rise. And then when you come down, you will see, wow, many people, many traders. You feel like really harassed already. That is India. Another place that we're going, after lunch, we go up to the Satapani caves. This is where the first Buddhist council was held to collect the Buddhist teachings. And the sutra was recited by Ananda and Upali. The Satapani caves, in terms of walking, is a bit more demanding. Now, if you do not walk up, if your knees are not very good, we can order the palanquin, people to carry you. So you sit in the kind of like a chair, and there are two people who will carry you up. Don't worry, there are people walking up and down every day. They are not going to fall or drop you, okay? But you got to book ahead of time, because then they will wait for you. The money that you pay for them will go to the association. So the people carry you sometimes ask for tips, because they also have to feed their family. So please, when you go for places like that, be a bit generous. They carry you up, they carry you down. Amongst the two places, if you want to choose one, then I say Satapani caves, you should. For those weak knees, those who are strong enough can walk up. But those weak knees, legs not so strong, you can order a palanquin, and they carry you up and they carry you down. Okay, but if your weak knees are not so good, then you can apply for both. Vulture's Peak is before the break of dawn, so you have to tell the tourist guide before that because it take account how many people want a palanquin to be carried up. So this is a place where you actually require palanquin. Those of you who are quite okay, no problem, no need palanquin. You just walk up and down. Day 5, we go to Vaishali. Vaishali was the capital of the Lichavis or the Vajans. This is they are like a federation. They don't have a king. They are like Negeri Sembilan. So they take turn, the rulers take turn to be the leader, the Vajans. Buddha visited Vaishali several times, including the 4th retreat and the 44th retreat. The last range retreat the Buddha spent at Vaishali. And the Ratana Sutta was recited here. Of course, we're going to recite Ratana Sutta. And Bhikkhuni Sangha was down here. And this is the place the Buddha announced that he's going to pass away in 3 months' time. All right, Vaishali. And places of objects of interest, relic stupa of the Lichavis. So the Lichavis got 1/8 of the Buddha's relics, where they make a stupa. Now the stupa is all completely broken up. So they have a structure to show that was what the stupa was. There's also called an Ashoka stupa and Ashoka pillar and a monkey tank. Also nuns monastery is here, Vaishali. Day 6, we travel from Vaishali to Pataliputra, but along the way, we will pass the stupa called the Kesariya stupa. When the Buddha was about to pass away, a lot of support came from the Lichavis. They followed the Buddha. Buddha asked them to go home. And the Buddha gave them his alms bowl. And so this stupa marks the place where the alms bowl was given. So this stupa is used as a model for Borobudur. So day 6, we will go at Kushinara, where the Buddha passed away into Parinibbana. We visit the Parinibbana temple, where you have the reclining Buddha, 6.1 meter long. The Nirvana Stupa, also to record where the Buddha passed away. And there is also the Mata Kaur shrine, where the Buddha took a rest before going to his final resting place. Okay. And there is also the Rama Ba Stupa, where the Buddha was cremated. And day 7, we will cross into the India-Nepal border into Nepal. We will go to Kapilavastu, the kingdom for the Sakyas. All right. And we will engage the former chief archaeologist of Nepal. He's a very good guide. So every time when I lead a group, I'll make use of him. So he's going to be our guide. He did the excavation in Kapilavastu. He will also bring you to Kodan, the monastery that was built, the Nigrodha Rama, which the King Suddhodana built for the Buddha. Because King Suddhodana was old, and he invited the Buddha to come to the kingdom. So when the Buddha came with the monks, he had to build a monastery for the Buddha and the monks. So we will visit Kodan. Day 8, we will visit Lumbini, the birthplace of the Buddha. Okay. Lumbini is about 27 kilometers from the Indian border. So this is one of the World Heritage Sites, and it was developed under a master plan by Kenzo Tange, a Japanese town planner. And down here you could see the birthplace of the Buddha. Actually, this Dr. Basanta, our guide, actually found a stone where the Buddha, marking the place where the Buddha was born. So you can see the spot where the Buddha was born, where Mahamaya gave birth to the Buddha, that very spot. And day 8, we're still in Nepal. We visit the Buddha's mother site, the Koliyas. The Koliyas are also given 1/8 of the Buddha's relics, and they built a stupa down there. And the relics are believed to be still in the stupa. The relics that is given to 7 other groups of people, the stupas was broken up in order that the relics are taken out. King Ashoka left a few relics inside, but the relics that was retrieved from 7 other stupas was used to implant in the stupas that King Ashoka built. King Ashoka built many, many stupas. So he used the relics from the 7 other stupas, but this stupa untouched. 1/8 of the relics are still intact. So we will be going over there. We'll do some meditation also. And then the day night, we will travel from Lumbini all the way to Saravati. But along the way, we stop at another Kapilavastu, but this is the Kapilavastu on the Indian side. This is more like the monastery site. In Nepal, it's more like the city, where, the city where the Buddha was. Here, there are many, this is called Savatthi, many miracles, many stories here. Yeah. And next day, we'll visit the Jetavana Grove, where the Buddha spent 25 rainy seasons. 25 rainy seasons in Savatthi, 19 of the seasons at Jetavana Grove, 6 of the other seasons at Pubarama. We go here also early in the morning, because if you go late, all these places, Buddhist groups will be there, people were chanting with the loudspeakers and you can't have narration, you can't even meditate properly. So we have to go very, very early, first in line. And after this, this is going to be a long bus journey all the way to Varanasi, very long distance. Good thing is that we're going to get a bus with a toilet. The bus will have a toilet inside, because we do not want you to be running to the bushes. In the past, now the agency managed to get the Volvo bus. In the past, they don't have the Volvo bus. So when everybody needs to go to the toilet, we give a signal to the driver. Driver will scout around places where you got some bushes, and then they stop, and then the guys go one side and choose your trees. The ladies go to another side very quietly and discreetly, and after that everybody really doesn't get back to the bus. That's how it used to be, but now you got a toilet in the bus. And also the other thing is that the Thais have built temples at many of these places, and their toilets are so clean. So we will visit these temples so that you can use the toilet facilities. The Thais are very good. So day 11, we go to Saranath, where the Buddha taught the first sermon. So you have this, the Dhammarajika Stupa, the Dhammic Stupa. We visit the museum, which some beautiful, there's a famous Buddha statue that is found in the museum. Then day 12, we travel all the way to Bodh Gaya. This is quite a long journey. And this is where the Buddha gained enlightenment at the age of 35. And he spent 49 days, 7 weeks around the Bodhi tree. Okay? So those first group, Group B, you have 1 extra day, you'll be in Bodh Gaya, and then after that we will visit Bodh Gaya and spend some time there. Okay. There are 7 weeks, the tourist guide will show you the 7 places. First week, the Buddha was seated under the Bodhi tree. Second week is called the Unblinking Gaze Shrine, where the Buddha stood there and looked at the tree as a sign of gratitude to the Bodhi tree. Third week is the Jeweled Promenade, where the Buddha walked back and forth, just around the temple. Week 4 is the Jeweled House, where the Buddha reflected on the dependent origination, and colors, rainbow colors came up from his body. Week 5 is the Ajapala Banyan tree. Week 6 is the Musalinda tree. This is where the snake came and the Naga king protected the Buddha. And week 7 is the Rajayatana tree. So the tourist guide will show you, it's all within the vicinity of the Mahabodhi temple. And day 13, we will cross the river. What you see, the sandy beach here, sandy floor, is actually the riverbed. Riverbed is all sand. This is called the Naranjada River. And we visit the kuti of Sujata, who offered milk rice to the Buddha before he sat in meditation for enlightenment. Okay. We will also visit Prag Bodhi, where the Buddha practiced austerity for 6 years. Okay. This one I have to walk up the hill. This one I think maybe you don't need to be carried. The first part is walking is a bit like strenuous, but the journey is not so long. But if you want to be carried, also okay, because there are people who are, they have to earn a living. So if you don't mind, also be carried like those old days. The ladies are called Maharani. Maharani, that's what they call Maharaja. So the guys are Maharaja, the women are Maharani. Okay, because that's how they earn their living also, to carry people. All right. Day 14, from Bodh Gaya, we will go to the airport and then fly into Bangkok. Then overnight in Bangkok. Next day you have breakfast, and then we'll catch a flight back to KL. All right. Now, in terms of the visa application, I know many of you are very excited about this. Both Nepal and India, you have to apply online. All right. I've given you the link. Make sure that you use this link, because if you search Indian visa, the very first one that pop up will not be the official site. It doesn't have IN. It's not from India. It is an agent that handles visa application, and they charge you a lot. From my own experience, very recently I went over to Australia. In a rush trying to apply for the Australian visa, I clicked the very first one. And for visa application, they charged me, you know how much? 1,300 ringgit. I got a shock. How come my credit card charged 1,300 ringgit for a visa in Australia? So I emailed to them, canceled that, asked them to refund me, which was refunded 7 days later. Actually, application into Australia came from a phone app. I just put my details and then I get a visa already, entry. And I think they charge what? I think 10 US or something. 10. 20 US. So make sure that you choose the right one. Indian visa is free of charge, because it's a quid pro quo. We give Indians free entry into Malaysia. They also give us up to 2026. Otherwise, you have to pay a few hundred ringgit. So we apply for double entry visa, not single entry, double entry, because we have to re-enter India from Nepal. First from Malaysia to India, and the second time from Nepal to India. So you select multiple entry, and then there is another thing that you have to do. Now, many countries, you need to have an arrival card, e-arrival card, because they want to collect for statistics. This one you have to do within 72 hours before your arrival in India. All right. So maybe one day before departure, you apply the e-visa, e-arrival card. You fill up your e-arrival card. Otherwise, you have to do in Bangkok. So you've got 72 hours to apply for the e-arrival online. So the link is here, okay? So this is the Indian visa. Is it clear? Any questions for this? You have a link here. You just type the link, and then they will require you to put in a lot of information. There are some information that you don't have, which Elaine is going to provide for you, right? I think you also need a ticket also. The tickets and all that. And in India, they ask, what's your father's name? What's your mother's name? Where are they born? You know why? Because of security. Because Pakistan, there's security. And India, they don't have surname, so they got father's name. Like Malay also have bin something like, Hussein bin Ahmad. So Ahmad is the father's name. So if they ask the father's name, you say, what lah? They ask my father's name. Yeah, it's because they don't have surname. So you fill up all those things patiently. And after doing that, I think the next day, they send to your email already the ETA. That is a document. You print that, and when you arrive in Gaya, you present that ETA, the one that you applied for your visa, and then also your e-arrival also, it should come together. Okay, so that's what you present at the counter, and then they got your biometrics on your fingers. And once it's clear, then you can go and get your bags. Clear? Is it clear? Yes. You have to load your picture. Soft copy. Make sure your soft copy white background don't have a lot of megapixels on, you know. You got to downgrade it so that when you load it, it's easier. If you go about, I think one megapixel.
So I think go to the Photoshop,
Yeah.
tell them you want visa for India,
Yeah.
they will know what to do.
Yeah.
So ask them to give you the soft copy.
Yeah.
So they will give you the hard copy, you give the soft copy,
Yeah.
download into your phone.
I get that ready first. It must be in your phone because on your form, when you start applying, then they come to the start, they say upload your picture. So you must already have your picture
Your passport
in your
also
in your computer.
your passport
Yeah.
copy,
Yeah.
you scan.
Also scan a picture, put it in your computer. They also want to have the first page of your passport together with your photo. So get that ready so you can just put it in your file so you can just upload it. Upload. Actually, they do not want you to apply too early. But if you apply a bit early, that is quite okay. But they give you about 1 month to apply for the visa. Okay, huh?
The visa is for 30 days.
30 days, 30 days. Multiple entry, 30 days.
For Nepal, you can apply.
Yeah, yeah. Next one, next one.
You apply for 2 weeks.
Next one. Nepal, again, you need to apply for the ETA, and this is the link. Again, you apply online, upload your photo, same photo and passport page. And then the e-visa fee online, you can also use a credit card or debit card, okay? And what you will have is you got an ETA. It's just one page containing basic information about yourself, your passport number and all that, okay? So that one, you print a copy and we use that together with your passport to present to the immigration counter when we cross into the border at the Nepal border. We have your ETA. That's one page that you print out based on your application, together with your passport. And I think you need to pay some money also. It is 30 US dollars. Yeah.
That means the photo you use for the India one,
Same photo lah. You just upload digital photo, okay? Remember that digital photo must not be too heavy because once my digital photo, a lot of pixels, I had to downgrade it in order that the pixels can upload. Otherwise, you cannot upload. Eh? Huh? Singaporeans. Uh, uh, can you quickly Google? I think Singapore is also included, right? Google. Ah, you can Google. Yeah, we can actually post that. I think Singapore is probably also visa, e-visa. It should be included. All right. So this is Nepal visa application.
One thing is don't try to take only photo with your camera.
Mm.
I know it's free, right? But you take a camera, sometimes it won't work. So pay for the
Ah,
photo.
okay. It's good to have that now because from time to time you apply for visa, also you need to upload a photograph. Yeah.
The
Okay.
AI is very smart. They can detect you are taking
Oh, the other side.
they know.
Oh, okay.
I tried before. They said cannot. You wasted my time.
You use a photo app to turn it the other way around, to reverse it. Can be done.
Dato', so we have to go to the photo studio to take the
Um,
white background.
White background. Tell them that you're applying for India, and they will, I think, give you the right size, lah. Not the high definition, enough for you to upload. Okay. Also have a copy of your high definition so that when you print big, also look nicer. But also the small version for you to upload. Okay.
once you all have done your visa, you WhatsApp me. You know why I need take down all the
Number.
number for border crossing.
Yeah.
So when you all arrive at the border, right, you will submit the summary list. Then you all queue up according to the name, and onto the summary sheet, then they will check.
Okay, because they can't, those online cannot hear you, I'll repeat what you say. After you have applied for your Nepal and India visa, please WhatsApp that your number over to Sister Elaine, because she's got to put it on a complete sheet, with your name against your visa number. The Indians and Nepalese have problems reading Chinese names. They look at Chinese names, take them a long time to figure out what is what. So because of that, we arrange according to sequence with all the visa number, then it's much faster, okay? So that's how we can clear the border quickly. Otherwise, they figure out, they look at the name, Chinese names, also confused. Sometimes we get other names also, we get confused, same story, okay? So after you get your visa number, please inform Sister Elaine for her to put a kind of an integrated kind of a sheet that is being used for the border crossing, both from Indian side and the Nepal side.
When you mentioned that last time Malaysians can also apply for visa at the nearest embassy.
If you want to go to Nepal, embassy also can.
Oh.
You can go to the embassy, but you see it's a bit crowded, a lot of Nepalese.
But it's the multiple entry, even the 30 ringgit is $30 is also a multiple entry.
Yeah. Which one is cheaper?
For 15 days only.
We are going there only for 2 nights.
No, I have another membership something.
Oh, you want to squeeze in?
I can squeeze a few.
Yeah, you can. Multiple entry. If you're going back to Nepal again, it can, possible. Yeah, okay. All right. Very clear? Clear? India, Nepal? 15 days. No. Well, I mean, 1 month before you can apply. At any time.
Actually, for Nepal visa, right, you have to put your entry date. So when they grant you, the visa will be from your entry date into Nepal. That one I will also check.
Yeah.
When are we going?
Yeah. Actually, it's best to do it 1 month before. You do too early also, sometimes they
What you do when
okay.
you finish your India visa, you can do the Nepal visa. But Nepal is, they count from the day you entry date. So I think in the form of information is your arrival date, you just put that.
Ah.
And then they count from your arrival date.
Yeah.
15 days.
That's what 15 days. That's what you do. Even India, when they chop, it starts from the day they chop. Not your ETA. ETA is just to present to the counter, right? All right. So once it is clear, I think this is then the travel tips. This is the advice to everybody to be punctual so that we don't hold up the group, so that we can move all together. Drink only bottled water, and then avoid salad if your stomach is weak. But if your stomach is big strong, you can do the salad. Actually, the hotel's quite okay, but maybe some of you are not sure, then better to avoid. No ice, please, because they use from the tap water. You do not know. In India, there are 2 types of water. One is just for washing, another one for drinking. Of course, they use the water for drinking, but it's from the tap. So don't use ice. Otherwise, you keep on going to the toilet. We don't want that, not good. So food in the hotels that we're using is actually generally safe. We don't normally have a problem. Bring medication, bring a hat, because it can be sunny. Personal toiletries, including face tissues. India hotels don't give you a tissue box. No Kleenex. Yeah. So they don't have face tissue. So you bring a tissue paper for the face. Toilet paper, of course, have lah. Then if sometimes you have to use open toilet emergency, then just bring along some toilet paper just in case. You are required, I mentioned earlier, to remove your footwear in the temples and shrines. So sometimes you can use slippers. Don't use your expensive shoes lah. Shoes easy to remove, easy to put on. Okay. Some pilgrims they use some socks if they want to protect their feet. Socks is permissible. This one is important. Bring a mat and cushion for sitting meditation. Many places we're going to sit in meditation. Bodh Gaya, you are going to sit within the vicinity of the Bodhi tree itself. It's going to be crowded. Sometimes we can't even get the space, but we sit around the vicinity. Many places we're going to sit on the ground. So you need a mat to protect yourself from the ground, and also so that your legs are not pressing against the ground, which is quite hard, and also a soft cushion to support your buttocks. And use a shawl, because some places they have got mosquitoes, so you can just cover yourself in a shawl. And also you can even use a insect repellent just in case. All right. In India, we'll probably bring you to the place where they have Kashmiri shawl, so you don't have, you can just buy. I think the Kashmir shawl is quite good buy. Bring a torchlight for dark places, nail clippers, and some handy plasters. So as I mentioned, the air is dry. Bring good moisturizer and lip gloss, and please avoid distributing money or gifts to beggars. Even when you give them food, sometimes they got food in the bus, you give them, they will fight over the food. In India, if you give to one beggar, you say share, there's no such thing as share. If you give a packet of sweets, he'll take the entire packet of sweets and run. They don't have a word called sharing amongst beggars. It's each for themselves, okay? So I see some of our pilgrims, they say, give you all the cookies in one bag, okay, share. That guy is going to get into trouble, he's going to get beaten up. So don't do that. You want your hand one by one. You can hand food and all that, no problem. But giving money itself is a bit, because the others know you give money, they all run after you. And I do not know what you will do, you panic. Okay. So any questions for this? These are travel tips? Yes.
This is under itinerary. There are some with breakfast and some without breakfast. Is it? Like for example, day 3, you only have lunch and dinner. Whereas other like day 5, 6, 7, there is no breakfast included. Is it? Do we provide our own breakfast, or is it from the hotel?
Yeah, day 2 or day 3, that is Bangkok to Gaya, you have your breakfast in the hotel. You're in Bangkok.
When you're in Bangkok, when you go that time,
Yeah.
the dinner after when you arrival will be on your own.
Yeah, dinner is on your own.
Then the next morning, you will have your
Breakfast in the hotel.
before you go to the airport.
Yeah, breakfast in the hotel. When you fly back from Bangkok to KL, also same.
So what you do is, in India, breakfast, lunch, dinner, all covered.
Yeah.
Some might be sometimes miss out, all covered. Because you all cannot take outside food. It has to be all in the hotel.
Yeah.
So in India, don't worry, all food will be covered.
Okay. So for those on the net, those are this thing.
Bangkok only breakfast
Yeah.
included, even the
Yeah.
last day when you come back, dinner will be on your own.
Yeah.
Then the next morning before you go to the airport to come back to KL, breakfast will be included. Then maybe we don't go to the airport so early. You can scout around, go and buy your things, and then have lunch. Then we will maybe leave the hotel at 11, catch our flight or something back.
Yeah. So in Bangkok, breakfast will be provided. On arrival to Bangkok, we arrive late. So dinner is on your own. You'll be given food on the plane, but after that, when you get to the hotel, you might be a bit hungry. But there are certain things that you can buy, and don't need to be, anything fancy. In India, all the food, all the meals are provided, so don't worry. Okay. Yes. Yeah. We have arranged for 3 dana. This is for the internet. One is at Bodh Gaya, where the Buddha gained enlightenment. Another one will be Saranath, where the Buddha taught the first sermon. And the third one will be in Lumbini, at the meditation center. We have always given them support. All right. Meditation center in Lumbini, maybe if you want to give some donations also can. That's under Upandita. Yeah. All right. So 3 danas.
One more is the rope. You also need to, because we carry rope offering after this year, so we need to help to carry it forward.
Yeah, so Brother Chiseng is saying that we will also be offering ropes. So we'll be bringing ropes from Malaysia, from KL, over to India. But because everybody have some baggage limitations, we hope people can generally help to carry. We will distribute the ropes that you have to carry over to India. Is that okay?
So for those who are traveling light, so maybe you can help to space up, give some weight.
Yeah.
So also some tidbits and so on. So
Yeah.
you don't use up all
Don't use up all your baggage allocation because we have also arranged for tidbits. There will be a little food in the bus to keep you entertained and also for a long journey. uh, the, ropes and all that. Okay, there's a question of those days that we return, Rashke, do you advise to bring a small carrier bag for the short trip and leave our big luggage at Rashke? In Rashke, when you're staying in the hotel, your luggage is basically in the room. Actually, you're on the bus, it's a day trip, you don't need to carry anything with you, all right? We will serve tidbits in the bus itself. The meals are all arranged. The only time that you actually need to have a separate bag is when you're in Bangkok. Your way to India and your way back, the transit is in Bangkok. That's the time when you have to carry a small baggage. Yeah. Yeah.
KL to Gaya back to KL.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. How much rupees do you suggest we bring for dana? There should be group dana arrangements, please. Yes, group dana, everything's arranged. Everything's arranged.
Included in the package.
Yeah, the package include everything included, the food, the ang paos, the navakama for the,
that we paid.
the navakama for the monks, everything down there. It's like places like in the Lumbini at the Padinarama, you like to give something else, please do. Because there's also opportunity for you to give. I see what people have done is they change small currencies like rupees when they go to the temples where there are monks and all that, because there are some Tibetan monks and all, they don't have much money, so you can just distribute some money. Be a bit generous, it's okay, all right? And do we need the flight details? Yes, Elaine will be provided. The Singapore also visa free, yes, e-visa. Passport size, what color background? White color background. For white, everything. There's also a response also. When to apply for Indian and Nepal visa? Or 30 days before departure. When can you get the flight details on hotels? They're all found in the booklet. Elaine, we send them the booklet e-copy. This session is being recorded, so we're going to send it together in the chat group, the video, the briefing video, together with those who have not got your, there's people online. Hi. Yes. So those who are on those who are, have not get this thing, you'll get a copy of the booklet. So the details are all found in a soft copy. Hair dryer and kettle provided. Hair dryer, I don't use. Hair dryer.
Hair dryer should have.
Kettle also have.
Room don't have, you go to the reception.
Yeah. Yes. So if you don't have anything in your room,
you can bring your own kettle.
uh,
The mini kettle you have.
okay.
You won't know what happened in India. I was advised.
How many rupees do you suggest you bring? Or, in India, everything is provided, you know. But it's, later on, you want buy small things, maybe like gifts and all that. You want mine to buy your Kashmir shawl for your meditation, also okay. Some Himalayan products are quite good. Because Himalayan products are now international, so I think the ingredients they use are all okay. Yeah. So we'll stop at the Himalayan, the shop where you can actually shop for your whatever. Yes, this Zoom recording will be circulated. Do you need to bring biscuits and instant noodles? Do you need instant noodles? Actually, people take sometimes for variety. Because every day you eat.
Apa trip I think none lah.
Yeah, unless you don't like the food, you like to have asam laksa curry and all that. That's where you have the from instant noodles.
Is there a need for hard copy passport photos?
Oh, print out of your
Print out
passport.
passport photos, maybe is there any need?
You're not going to use that at all.
So just
No.
the soft copy.
Soft copy is good enough, yes. But if you have, you keep it in your wallet. Nah. For dana, other than ropes, what else is useful? We only offer ropes.
Ropes, and then we arrange all the dharma food, everything.
Yeah, everything is arranged.
Individual ones to offer requesting, you can do.
There is a question about which day to do the shopping stop. Shopping stop, one of the stops that we will be doing definitely will be in Bodh Gaya. That is the last leg on our journey where we bring you over to the shore. And I think buying of the Himalayan wear in Rajgir, Saranath Rajgir, or Bodh Gaya, one of these places will stop by, maybe in one of the places there will be these Himalayan products where you can buy the supplement, you can buy things for face wash and all that. Bodh Gaya, yeah, we stop. Yeah. So Himalayan product is quite good value. You use cream for the face and all that. We will stop by. You may think you don't want to buy, but you see people going to the shop buying as if it's cheap sale. Then you also feel that you have to buy. So you need money just like that lah. Some other things, what can you buy in India? Maybe like some people like to buy tanka. Because at Bodh Gaya itself, you have these stalls selling Himalayan products, painted by those in the Tibetan tradition. So they got quite lovely tankas that you can buy, and also the various religious products, singing bowl, those items are religious items. That one you can buy. But other than that, maybe you don't need that much money also. Yeah. in India. Any other questions? What is a good phone card to buy? I think if you use this Maxis, you just use the roaming lah. Roaming lah. It's I think the most convenient lah. Yeah. This you probably need like 1 month. But I don't think they have 14 days. 1 month. Yeah. Oh, so cheap. Yeah. Don't buy phone card in India because you hold back the group. Don't. Do roaming. Okay. Any other questions? Yes.
Can I just ask walking on to Satapani Cave?
Yes.
That was what we can be backpacking to walk up. May I know roughly how long is the walk?
45, 50 minutes.
50 minutes only.
Oh yeah. Yeah, up. 40, slow walk, about 45. And you'll perspire definitely because you're going up the hill and down a bit and walk up. So the distance is quite long. Satapani is the most demanding. But most of the time people can do it unless your knees are not good. Some of you have problems with your knees, then better don't stress up your knees. All right, any other questions?
So on the attire, you see
White.
throughout the
Yeah, white top lah.
that's why I'm asking.
So when you take picture, also nice. White top, everybody white top.
So we bring all what?
White top lah, yes.
For 14 days.
We have to bring all our small washing, small laundry.
No place to wash. Maybe Bodh Gaya is there, but Bodh Gaya is almost on your way back already. Rajgir is 2 nights. Lumbini also 2 nights. If really emergency, you can always, because they are hotel service, you get the clothes the next day. Yeah, you can send it in the morning before we go out. I think by the evening you come back, the clothes should be ready. You can do that kind of washing. Yeah, but it's a cool season. You're not going to sweat so much, so it's quite okay.
You may wash, but you may not dry. Okay, unless you sweat now, use hair dryers. That's the only way. I wash because I bring very little. I could do hair dry it.
Okay, All right.
For those who are staying tonight one night in the hotel,
Uh,
that's the way.
Dr. Wee,
Yes.
Dr. Wee, on drinking water, I understand that you provide one bottle to each.
Yes, everybody will get a bottle of water.
But do we have to get more and then do we have to bring our own water?
You will also have in your hotel. Hotels will also give mineral water. Also mineral water in the bus. But if you have more water, normally they give one bottle to everybody lah. Yeah.
I mean, do we have to carry additional water in our trip during our trip?
Maybe not necessary lah. Just one bottle should be good.
Can purchase over the other side or when you have a hotel.
Not so convenient to purchase also.
Okay.
There's buying of water. The bus will stop. They load the whole for the group, put on the bus, and then the bus will travel.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's another question: is that do we necessarily have travel insurance?
Travel insurance. Please get a travel insurance, everybody. Please get travel insurance
To cover?
to cover everything. Loss of baggage, whatever. Then you're covered. Just in case you fall sick. Yes. Yeah, you can claim. Get the travel insurance, either just for this trip or maybe you can buy annual. If you want a good this thing that can cover you, will have a contract. I also have taken annual. It's under EIA. I've got a contract for that one. Yeah, so you can. If you want to buy just for this trip, you can contact Francis of Nanyang. Cover yourself with travel insurance, just to be sure. Yes. No
Thanks,
vaccines needed.
Thanks, sir.
Vaccines. Yes.
Flu,
Yeah. Flu jab, it might be useful. Having said that, I always go for annual flu jab. Now you mentioned flu jab. Flu jab might be useful because if anybody gets a flu in the bus, over a few days, a few more people will get flu because air-conditioned bus. So flu jab is quite useful. Yeah.
So those who are felt a little weak, you all need to bring your own mask.
Yeah. You bring your mask because India is a bit dusty. You can use a mask. Otherwise, everything okay? Yeah. So any more questions? No more questions, so we can actually wrap up. So I must thank all of you, and including those who are here online. Thank you for coming for this briefing session, and we will post it. Brother Chising will get this organized and get it posted on our WhatsApp. All right. Hope that you all have a very good and memorable pilgrimage tour. All right. Sadhu.